Hey YouTube, Fallen Republic here with our fourth video. Today I ran to a local video game store and picked up myself a Sega Genesis. I think this was the third system by Sega. It came out in 1989 in America. It was originally called the Sega Mega Drive, but they couldn't get legal licenses on that name. So you just had to go with the Genesis. Let's see. It was 16-bit console, as you can see there. It says it. Now this here is the first model, and they made like two other ones. The third one's like really small and stuff. But they look really weird, but I like this one. This is the first one. This is the only one that has a volume control. It's this little slider. And it also has a headphone jack, which is pretty interesting. Up front, we have two controller ports. And it says 16 bits, of course, Sega Genesis. Over here's the cartridge in the cartridge slot. Over here are some nice little ridged texture detailing stuff. This is actually in really good condition. There's no scratches whatsoever on it, which is really wonderful, I'd have to say. Over on the side, there's a input, kind of another cartridge slot to put the Sega CD in, which I happen to have, but we'll get to that in another video, hopefully. Around back we have... Now that is really old, and they don't have those on any systems anymore. It's for, choosing what channel you want it to be on. Like right now it's set to channel 3, but if you flip it around, it can be set to channel 4. I don't know what their reasoning was with that, but that's what it is. That's an RF out port. That's AV out, and that's the AC adapter. So yeah. Trying to be very careful with it. On the bottom is a metal plating to attach it to the CD, and I'll show that attached later in another video. And the game I got is the Ghostbusters. It's extremely rare, I'd have to say. It's in really bad condition. Like, it looks like it's been like submerged underwater or something. It's all scratched up, beaten. But this is what a standard cartridge would look like. And to show you a comparison between this and the NES, I will have to get a cartridge, and I shall be right back. So have a nice view of my ceiling. Alright, I'm back. What'd you think of the ceiling? Pretty neat, right? Alright, anyway, here's Metroid for the NES, and here's Ghostbusters for the Sega Genesis. I'm sorry, fingers in the way again. It's really no comparison. You just know that NES is a lot bigger. It's over half the height, about the same width, maybe like a centimeter or two off. Except for, yeah, like about a centimeter or two off width. And the thickness is about like the same. Like I could put a ruler or straight edge thing, and it'd be exactly even. Alright, so let's get this out of here. It would kind of just like pop on top there. Alright, there. Just pops on top. It's really hard to get it in and out. I think this is just my game. Oh, I can't get it out. Oh well, I'll leave it in there for now. One game I have, so whatever. Alright, set that back. And let's pull out. Let go. Oh, well, not there. The Genesis controller. This one, I really don't know why it's like this. It's like a different color variation. And it's normally, instead of just being black and white, it's like black and red and a little bit of white. So that's that. It's the traditional 3-button controller. It would just kind of, plug into the front there. And one interesting thing is, that is the same as an Atari 2600. So you can use a Genesis controller for an Atari, which is really quite handy if you ask me. So there is, I think that's the first controller that came out. The very, original one that came with this system. That's why there's, a little bit of red on it. Kind of blended in a bit. And then, back here, I happen to have, here, get a good view of it. Here we go. I have the later one, which is the traditional black and white. They are both Sega, so it doesn't say, this is none of the real Sega ones. They're not like a third-party company or anything like that. So it's a real Sega. They're both officially licensed. But this one does not have the red on it, which is kind of disappointing. But one thing is interesting is that it says trigger down there. And up here it has A, B, and C. But on this one, it does not say trigger, but it says it up here. And there's no A, B, C. It's kind of a letter thing. They're both the same otherwise. Kind of like a nice, smooth finishing here. And then kind of a regular plastic kind of a thing. And here's the back of it. They're both exactly the same, the same exact mold. So I'll just set that out of here. That's just a sticker that how much I paid for, but whatever. Yeah, that's it. Whoa. That is, oh, one last thing. The Sega Genesis, because it's from, the 80s, and everyone didn't have the traditional red, white, and yellow cables that everyone's so familiar with now. But we had to use an RF box switch thing. Just like the Nintendo Entertainment System. Just see. And that's lets in, the cable. That's from the Genesis, this wire here. And this goes into your TV. So we had to use this. It doesn't give it good quality. It's better using the 3 cables, but I don't know how you would be able to use it on the system. Probably have to buy extra wires and whatnot. But, alright. So that's so far it for the Sega Genesis. The next video will be on the Genesis and the Sega CD, which will be really nice. Alright, YouTube, see you later.